just show up anyway. Just show up anyway. It don't matter if you have a camera, don't matter if you have a cell phone, no matter if you have a mini action camera like I'm using right now. I'm using my DJI Action 2. No matter what you have, no matter what you have currently, use it. Use it. If you want to start YouTube today, show up. So I've been doing YouTube every bit of almost 7, 8 years now. And when I first started, I didn't have any of the things I have now, especially this lav mic that I'm currently using. I didn't have any of this. I just had my iPhone SE, the camera app that was on it, and I just got started. So I want to inspire you to get started. Because if you sit back and you tell yourself, I'm going to wait till I have this, I'm going to wait till I have that, I'm going to wait till I have this, I'm going to wait till I have that, you'll never get started. That day will never come. It'll be 4 or 5 years later, and you still haven't recorded your first video. You still haven't started that YouTube channel or that Twitch account, that TikTok account if you're doing the TikTok, you know what I mean? Like, you just got to show up. Don't be so afraid to get started because you feel like you don't measure up. Don't be afraid to get started because you think your equipment is not enough. A lot of people who are hitting 2 to 3 million views on their videos today are just using a cell phone and talking to people. I remember there was an older gentleman. He had to be in his 80s or 90s, and it was advice for the young people. And he dropped that video about 10 years ago, I think. 5, 10 years ago. If I find that video, I'm going to leave it in the link in the description. He was leaving life advice for the young people, and that video was sitting at 28 million views. 28 million views, and he recorded without the use of a microphone, without the use of a camera, and he was only using his smartphone. So you have to decide to show up. You have to say, this is the day I get started, right here and right now. Don't doubt yourself, because you'll be surprised by the amount of people who would enjoy some beauty tips, who would enjoy some music advice, some life advice. There's a lot of fashion channels blowing up on YouTube. There's a lot of car channels blowing up on YouTube. There's people just showing up and getting started today, and their videos are hitting like 2,200, 6,000 views and all that. And all they're using is just their cell phone. Now, me, I'm extra. I like to be extra. Like I said, I've been on this platform almost 8 years, so it was about time I got a proper camera and a microphone. And even so, I only spent about, $150 on my DJI Action 2 and about $11 on this wired lav mic. I didn't go all out. I didn't spend like $400, $500 for a whole setup, only to not use it in the end. What a lot of people are noticing too is it doesn't matter the megapixels or the quality of your images or your videos. You just can't have bad audio. That's why I'm using this wired lav mic. You can get away with bad video quality. You just can't get away with bad audio. So think about it this way. Imagine if the Wright brothers didn't get started. We wouldn't have airplanes. Imagine if Chrysler or Mercedes-Benz didn't invent the very first vehicle. We wouldn't have cars. So you just gotta show up. You can't be so afraid of what people are gonna think. Didn't you think those people were afraid of what people thought about their inventions? Yes, but they still went ahead and got started. You gotta show up. You gotta show up. You don't know how bad someone needs your advice or needs your beauty tips or need, some music advice from you. They need music tips from you. They're seeking to go into the music industry as an artist, and they need someone with a little bit of an insight how to get started with music. So you gotta show up. You just gotta press record and show up, man. And I promise you, it'll get easier. The more you show up, the easier it'll become. Yes, you'll get their first day jitters. It'll be, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is so-and-so. I would like to show you a few things about this and this. And you'll be a little bit timid, and that's okay. It's your first time making a video. The more you do it, repetitive nature creates that confidence. Repetitive actions creates that confidence that you need to say, hey guys, welcome back. I want to talk to you guys about this and this and this. Or hey, so I was having a scenario the other day, or I had a situation the other day at work, and I want to talk to you guys about it. And it creates that confidence to where you can just be comfortable, breathe easy, and just make your content. But it all starts when you decide to show up. So as someone who's been doing content creation for about 7, 8 years, this is the first year I've ever been consistent with it though. You have to be consistent. You have to create that repetitive motion, because the more repetitive motion you create, the more confident you'll be when releasing your content, when doing your videos. I started the revival of the YouTube channel, and I was scripting some of my videos. Now I get to the point where I cut the camera on and I'm genuinely me, but it wasn't until I decided to show up and be consistent and be repetitive that I learned how to just be natural with it, you know, be authentic. And as I stated earlier in the video, you don't even know the amount of people who need your advice. You don't even know the amount of people who need your insight. So decide to get started by showing up. And the more people that see you, the more people that check out your content. Regardless if you're on YouTube, regardless if you're on Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, whatever the platform you may be using, the more repetitive, I'm gonna say this word again, the more repetitive, the more consistent you are, the more people will check out your content. There was a time, guys, I was just showing up. There was a time when I was showing up and my videos wouldn't even get any views. It was talking about absolute 0 views. I was getting absolute 0 views daily. You know what I mean? I might get like maybe 1 or 2 people later that week. Or I post a video by a Monday, and by Friday I have like maybe 10, 15 views. It didn't really start picking up until I decided to just be consistent, be natural, be authentic, and just create that repetitive action of posting content. So once you get started with your first video, I want you to remember something. Continue to show up, continue to be consistent, continue to be repetitive. And in that, you'll get your confidence, you know, where you can just cut the camera on and you can be authentically yourself. You don't have to be like any big time YouTuber. You don't have to have an extravagant personality unless you do off camera. You know, I always tell people, when you are going into content creation in general, be the same you that you are off of camera. Be yourself on camera as you are off camera. And I promise people will gravitate to you. They'll gravitate to your content. They'll gravitate to your videos. But it all starts when you decide to show up. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today's video. I appreciate all the love and support. We have officially hit 419 subscribers. I thank you guys so much. The channel is blowing up, y'all. We blowing up. I appreciate y'all. Hashtag Hope Crew, man. Major shout out to Dodash, Dash of Faith, King Explicit. I just want to say thank you guys for lighting the torch of authenticity and originality. I love you guys. I thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Remember, be consistent and show up. Be repetitive. I love y'all. See y'all. Peace. Oh, God bless y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for the love and support.